Good morning to all. So we are going to discuss today on the Bode plot and how to plot this. So here in Bode plot, we have seen in the previous class the question that is 50 divided by s into 0.5 s plus 1 into 0.05 s plus 1. So what we have to do here is g of s, h of s is equal to this. First you will be taking y of j omega is equal to 50 by j omega, and when you do that, omega you will get it as you have to take it as zero point 0.1, and by solving it you will get it as 54. This is what we did in the previous class, and as I have mentioned before, the corner frequency has to be considered and it should be in the ascending order. So 50 by j omega 1 divided by 1 plus 0.5 j omega, that is omega 1 is equal to 2, and you will get omega 1 2 is equal to 20, you will get 1 divided by 1 plus 0.05 j omega. So the magnitude first point what you got is 54, so you need to start the graph at 54, which is obtained here, and you will be having a slope of minus 20 dB per decade, and the corner frequency will be omega 1. So based on that you will be doing it, so till the next corner frequency, so that is till 2 you have to plot it, and next one the previous slope will get added to that. So since the term is in the denominator, you will be having a slope of minus 20, and the previous slope is also minus 20, so the final total slope will be minus 40 dB per decade in the third term, and this has to continue until the next corner frequency, that is 20. So that we have discussed in the previous class, and further the slope obtained for the third term, that is 1 by 1 plus 0.05 j omega, it is in the denominator, so the slope has to be minus 20, which has to be added with the previous slope, that is minus 40. So minus 20 minus 40, you will get it as minus 60 dB per decade. So this is what you generate, and you have to plot these things on the graph sheet. So you can see that you have first point as 54, which you have obtained, and then you will be drawing this slopes you have to draw. Just put one point at here, and if you put dotted lines this point, you will get it as minus 20 dB. This is the reference slopes, okay. So minus 20 dB you will get here, you will get minus 40 dB, and if you take it to 60, you will get minus 60 dB per decade. So that is what you will get it, all the three slopes. You should keep the scale parallel to the slopes, and then you have to draw this line. So when you take minus 20 dB, so first you mark this point 54, and then keep the scale in this slope of minus 20 dB and take it parallel, so you have to draw this line which comes at minus 20 dB per decade. So this will be extended till 2. So that is what you can see here, that is the next corner frequency was 2. From here again you have to take minus 40 dB per decade. So keep the scale close to minus 40 dB per decade and draw that line parallel to that. So you'll get it as minus 40 dB per decade. So it will be extended till the next corner frequency. So that is drawn here. And further move on to that, you can refer the table. You have minus 60 dB, and when you see that it is minus 60 dB is the slope, and till the it you have to draw from omega 2 is 20. So you will be seeing that here. So you will be getting a minus 60 dB slope, and it will be starting from this point and it will be extended further. Similarly, you need to plot the phase plot for that. So this plot which you have done, it is called as a magnitude plot, and the other one it is called as a phase plot. So when you do the phase plot, you have the values, you have to take the angle, that is minus 180 line, minus 160 and minus 140. So this axis you have to take. Now we will be finding out the phase plot. For that you can see here we have to find out each point. So for phase plot, you have to write down the equation phi of omega is equal to minus 90 minus tan inverse of 0.5 omega minus tan inverse of 0.05 omega, and then each value of omega. So these values are assumed, okay, 2, 3, 4, like this. These values are assumed till 20. We have assumed some values corresponding. The phi value has to be found. So you need to find the phi value for the corresponding omega. So when you are finding out the phi value, omega value is to be assumed, and by considering the omega value, you need to find the corresponding phi value. So when you take that, so you can see here, this is what phase plot you will get. Phi of omega is equal to minus 90 minus tan inverse of 0.5 omega minus tan inverse of 0.05 omega. So omega value we have to assume. So these all values we have assumed. Okay. So these all values we have assumed, and corresponding to omega, when you substitute 0.5 into 2. So tan inverse of that, tan inverse of 0.05 into 2. So this equation, from where you are getting the general equation what you have written. So you can see that your question you have, in the question you have 1 divided by, so what is the question here? So you have 50 divided by j omega. So it is in the denominator you will have minus 90 degree, 0.5 j omega and 0.05 j omega. So your equation will come in this form. That is minus 90 minus tan inverse of 0.5 omega minus tan inverse of 0.05 omega. So you have to substitute this value of omega. Omega values are to be assumed. So it's not necessary that you have to take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. You can take any value and corresponding phi value need to be calculated. So after doing the calculation, you can see that at this point you are having a value that is minus 180 degree, and the corresponding like 20 you are having minus 219. So this has to be plotted on the graph sheet. So let us see that how the phase plot will be done. So as I have told you, 140, 180, 160, 200, this axis is taken. So let me just plot the first value. What is the first value here? So omega value is 2, and I am getting an angle of minus 140. So what I have to do here is I have to take omega value as 2. So what is omega value 2 means? This is the omega value 2. This is omega value 1, this is omega value 2, and this is omega value 10. So this is 100. So this is 2 means at this 2 you have got minus 140 degree. So I'll get 1 point here. Next value of omega is, what is the next value of omega? From the table you have taken 3. So at 3 it is minus 154. So let me take you that at 3, at the value of 3 it is minus 154. So you have to put 1 point there. Then corresponding value where it is next value, at around, I can say that 6, 4 you plot, 5 you plot, 6 you plot, somewhere around 6.32 I will get it as minus 180 degree. So just let me take that value. So somewhere around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 will come somewhere here. 6.3 will come somewhere this side. So you can see that I have plotted this point. So this is the crossover of this 180 degrees. So this crossover is taking place at this point, and for the body plot the crossover is at this point. You can see that the zero axis is being crossed over. So at this point, for the magnitude plot, for the phase plot, 180 degree is being crossed over at this point. Similarly, you need to plot all these points at the corresponding omega value. Then connect it with your free hands. You just draw this line. It can be plotted with free hands. So you will get this line. After that, I have told you that you need to find out the gain margin and phase margin. So to find out the phase margin, what you have to do, this crossover is there, no, where the magnitude crossover is there. From this you need to extend the line towards down, and you will get some and you will get this, it is going to have this difference. So you can see that when you this from this crossover, as I have told you, you have to extend dotted lines, and you can see that this difference it is going to generate between the 180-degree and this point, so which is in this dotted line, you have to see that this difference which it creates, you have to take from here. So this is 180-degree, and it will, this degree also you need to calculate how much it will be, somewhere around 195 degree, somewhere that it will come there. So you have to take this difference. So when you take this difference, you get the phase margin. So here the phase margin you will get it as 15.25, and then you have to also calculate the gain margin. To calculate the gain margin, you should see the 180-degree axis line. So see this line. So it cross over at this point. So put the dotted lines towards up, so you will get one point here and another point straight to this, which crosses this magnitude. So you know that you have to see this is 0. At this point it is 0. You can say that somewhere around 8 dB it will come here. So this difference, it is called as the gain margin. So you need to find out the gain margin as well as the phase margin. So first you have to draw this reference line. These three lines which you can see here, these are called as the reference line. So minus 20 dB, minus 40 dB, minus 60 dB, these are all the reference line, nothing to do with the problem. What you have to do here is, when you have a slope, no, when you have a slope, you have to keep the scale close to this line, and then you have to extend it towards up. So it has to, like 20 dB means it should come in parallel to this reference line. So this is 20 dB reference line. When you are drawing a slope here, it should be in parallel to this reference line. If you are taking 40 dB means this line should be in parallel to this reference line 40 dB. If you are taking 60 dB means this 60 dB has to be in parallel to this line, reference line. So how these reference lines are plotted? You can take 20, 40 and 60 on the axis, and this point you take that is 1. From here you put just the dotted lines, you will get these three slopes. So that is what you have to do it. This is one problem which you can understand, where the body plot is carried out and the gain margin and phase margin is calculated. So once you do that, you can see that we have plotted the table, and we have to plot the phase table, and for that I have already told you how this equation comes. You have to write it from the question, that is we will get minus 90 minus tan inverse of 0.5 omega minus tan inverse of 0.05 omega. You get this table. Once you get this table, from this table I have already explained you how to plot the graph. So this is what you will get it. You will get the phase margin as well as the gain margin. So you need to write the gain margin and the phase margin. So since the gain margin and phase margin in degree are negative, so this is very important. You can say that it is both in negative values, and the system is unstable. So that is what you get it. Let me take you through another problem. So concentrate properly. This is the second problem. You can solve those problems. You need to solve it on a semi-log graph sheet and do it. So let me take you through the next problem. Construct the body magnitude GH of that is 100 into 0.1 s plus 1 divided by s into s plus 1 square plus into 0.01 s plus 1. So if you take this problem, first step is that listen carefully, you have to do s is equal to j omega. So I have substituted s is equal to j omega, and after that I have to take the first term. So what is that? Y of j omega. Y of j omega I can write it as 100 divided by j omega. 100 divided by j omega. Take the logarithm for that. So 20 log of y of j omega is equal to 20 log of 100 minus 20 log of omega. So this is a common step which we are doing. Let me substitute the omega value as 0.1. So when I substitute the omega value as 0.1 and do the calculation, I'll get it as 60 dB. What does that indicate? My first point is 60 dB. So for my magnitude plot, the first point is 60 dB. So I have to see that. I will show you the graph there. So you can see that my first point will be 60 dB. I have the actual graph. You can see here my first point is 60 dB. So I got the first point. Now I have to do the steps for that before I end up with that problem. So I need to plot both the magnitude as well as the phase. So I got this value. So next I have to draw the table for this one. So first one is I will write the factor, then corner frequency and magnitude and slope. So what I have to understand here, as I have told you, that the corner frequency has to be in the ascending order. So you can see that here omega value will be 1 and here omega value will be 10 and here omega value will be 100. So it has to be in the ascending order. That is very important. And so you can see that there are three terms here. If you go back to the problem, you can see that there are three terms here. What are those things here? It is 0.1 j omega plus 1 is in the numerator, j omega plus 1 square is in the denominator, and 0.01 j omega plus 1 is in the denominator. So first term we have already taken 100 by j omega, we got it as 60 dB. So we got the first point there. Still the plot is to be carried out. So what we can see here is we have to find out the corner frequency. So for each three terms we have to find the corner frequency. So what is that first term? You get it as 1 by j omega is there here. So 1 by you will get it as 1 by 1, that is omega is equal to 1 you will get. Here it is 0.1 j omega, so you will get omega 2 is equal to 10, and here it is 0.01 j omega where you will get it as 100. So you get 1, 10 and 100. So it is in the ascending order. You have to write this first. First write this first column and then write the second column. If you should not shuffle these things, then your problem will go wrong. It should be in the ascending order. It is compulsory. So let me take the first term. So as I have calculated that the magnitude is 60 dB at the value of omega is 0.1. So what will be the slope for me? Slope it will be minus 20 dB per decade. Till where it will be? Till the next corner frequency. What is my next corner frequency? That is omega 1 is equal to 1. So I have to draw the reference plane here. Listen carefully. So I have to draw this point, and I have to take 20, 40 and 60, and then I have to plot this reference lines. This is minus 40, minus 20, minus 40 and minus 60 dB per decade. Three reference lines you will get it. So once you get the three reference line, so after that plot this point 60, which you obtain first. Take the scale parallel to this reference line and draw a line. This line should be extended till the next corner frequency. What was the next corner frequency? From the table you can see that the next corner frequency was 1. So you have to extend it till the next corner frequency. So the next corner frequency was 1. So this minus 20 dB slope will go till the omega value is equal to 1. So that is what you can observe here. So this will be the next corner frequency and you will get the slope in this form. What is the next one? Next one, what is the next term? The next term is j omega 1 divided by j omega whole square. So what you have to see here is it will be contributing 1 plus j omega raised to minus 2. For if it was minus 1, it would have been in the denominator. So since the term is in the denominator, the slope will be minus 20 plus the previous slope. So previous slope is what? Minus 20. Since you have a square term here, you have to multiply the slope by 2. So it will be minus 20 into 2. So you'll get it as minus 40 in addition to the previous slope. What is the previous slope? Here it is minus 20. So it will be again added with minus 20. So minus, since it is the term is in the denominator, you will be having a slope of minus 20 multiplied by 2, you will get it as minus 40, added with the previous slope, it is minus 20. So minus 40 minus 20, you will get minus 60 dB per decade. So you can see that in the plot it is taken minus 60 dB per decade. So from here it will start minus 60 dB per decade. You have to draw a parallel line with the scale and you have to take it minus 60 dB per decade. Till where it has to go? It has to go to the next corner frequency. What is the next corner frequency? You have to go back to the table and check what is the next corner frequency. Is omega 2 is equal to 10. So that is coming in the ascending order, that is omega is equal to 10. So you have to see that, you can see from the graph that it will be extended. So this minus 60 dB slope will be extended till 10, till this point. Again go back to the table. What is that you have? You have 0.1 j omega plus 1, so you'll be having 10. Now you have to see that this is in the numerator. So numerator, the term is in the numerator. If you see the problem, you can see that it is in the numerator. So what you can see, 0.1 j omega plus 1 in the numerator. So what you can understand from that, you have to have a slope of plus 20 dB. So the slope will be plus 20 dB. So let me just say that the slopes contributed by this, it will be plus 20 dB because it is in the numerator. And what is the previous slope? Previous slope is minus 60. So you have to add the previous slope. So you can say that plus 20 minus 60, you will get, when you add plus 20 minus 60, you will get minus 40 dB per decade. This has to continue till where? Until the next corner frequency. What is the next corner frequency? That is 100. Omega is equal to 100. So this minus 40 slope has to continue till 100. So you can see that from here minus 40 dB slope will continue till this point 100. So that you will get it. So one more term is there in the table. You have to plot that it is 1 divided by 0.01 j omega plus 1. So what the term is in the denominator. So when it is in the denominator, you will have the slope of minus 20. So added with the previous slope. Previous slope is minus 40. Minus 20 minus 40, you will get it as minus 60 dB per decade. So this has to continue. So you have to have a slope of minus 60 dB and has to continue until the you have to just take the line parallel to this minus 60 dB and draw a line there. So this is what you will get the magnitude plot. Now phase plot, you should write the equation first. See how to write the equation for the phase plot. So what is that question for you? You have see here what are the terms available in the question. You have 100 into 0.1 j omega plus 1 j omega in the denominator, j omega plus 1 square 0.01 j omega plus 1. From this you have to write the phase plot. So you have to, since j omega is there here, minus 90. So you will start with minus 90. Then j omega plus 1 square is there. This term is in the numerator and this term is in the denominator. So you have to take those things. Let me go back to the equation. So you can see that minus 90. You can see that square term is there. So what is that? J omega plus 1 square. So you have to write minus 2 into tan inverse of omega. And what is the next term? Minus tan inverse of 0.01 omega plus tan inverse of 0.1 omega. So you can see that general equation which we have written in the starting class. Based with the help of that, you can write it minus 90 plus, so you will get it in this form, minus 90 minus 2 into tan inverse of omega minus tan inverse of 0.01 omega and tan inverse of 0.1 omega. So you will get this term. After that, you have to assume the values of omega. Omega can be 0.5, 0.71, any value. This is assumption. So you can take some 5 to 8 values. So based on the value of omega, you need to calculate the phi value. So you need to substitute in the calculator the omega value, and you will be getting corresponding phi values. So you can see there are different values of phi. Now you need to plot this value. So let me first plot for 1. I am getting as all these values you need to plot. 0.5 you will get it as minus 140. So let me just take you to that problem. You can see that 0.5, this is 0.5 will come, omega value as 0.5 will come here. So I have plotted it as 140. Next value, you can say that 1, it is coming almost 180 degrees. So you can see that you need to first draw this entire table for the phase plot, and you have to draw one by one point as per this omega value. So let me take 2. At 2 it is 206 minus 206. So you can see that at 2 this is 1, this is 2. So at 2 it is 206. So you can see that I have put a point here. Next let me take at 10. So more the value you take, better the plot it will come. Okay, that's it. So 10 you take 219. So let me take you to that plot. 10. So this is 10, and this is 219. So similarly you can just draw these points, and then you need to connect it with free hands. Okay, now you can see here this is the 0 axis, and this is meeting at this point, and this is the phi plot, and this is the 180 axis. This point is important, 180 axis, it is meeting at this point. So you need to put the dotted lines there. So you need to take the extended dotted lines here. So you can see that at these 2 points, you will get a difference of minus 42.9. So this is called as a phase margin. Okay, when you extend from 180 degree upwards, you will meet at this point as well as this point. So this difference is called as the gain margin. So you'll get it as minus 37.2. So you have to do that, and you will get the values here. Gain margin is minus 37 and phase margin is minus 42. You can say that both are negative, and you can say that it is unstable system. So I have told you when the system is stable, when the system is unstable, and all those things we have discussed before. So similarly, you can try for different problems. Anyhow, I have given you try this problem also. Make a try. If you have any doubts now, you can feel free to discuss with me, and make sure that it is clear for you. Okay, so this problem you can just try, that is 4 divided by, I have given this solution to you, so you can just go through it. Any doubts are there, you can get back to me. So 4 divided by 0.1 s plus 1 whole square plus into 0.01 s plus 1. So this is what the problem is. You can try solving it. You will get tables like this. So you'll get the table. So based on the table, you have to do the plot, and this is what the table will be obtained. The corner frequency will be 10 and 100, and you should be in the ascending order. You can see that it will be 0.1 j omega plus 1 square and 0.01 j omega plus 1. So this all problems you can solve. Corresponding slopes will be obtained, and after that you need to write the phase equation and then plot the entire table for different values of omega. You will get different values of phi. Here the gain margin will be 14 and phase margin will be 42. Both the numbers are positive. So what you can say, it will be a stable system. You need to try. The solution is there with you, and the graph you will get it in this form. So you can see that you will be having this is 0 dB slope. There is no slope first, and then you will be having 40 dB and 60 dB. So you can try this problem, and you need to extend it from 180 degree and find out the gain margin as well as the phase margin. If you have any doubts, you get back to me. I will discuss regarding that. Okay, that problem you solve it. Similarly, you can solve one more problem, that is 200 into GH j omega is equal to 200 into S plus 2 divided by S into S square plus 10S plus 100. So this problem also you can try. You have to plot this entire thing, draw the diagram, draw this table and plot it. Okay. So that is, you will be getting the figure in this form. You can try that. It is 200 into S plus 2 divided by S into S square plus 10S plus 100. So you will be getting the plot. You need to solve more number of problems to get a better understanding of Bode plot. Okay. So that is what all about the Bode plot. We will just go through the next topic. If you have any doubts, you can get back to me and I will discuss you which specific problem you want. We will be discussing all those things. First, you solve all these 4 problems, whichever it is there. Find out the slope, find out the phase plot, and then check it out how it is, uh, how you are able to obtain the entire graph for you, and try to plot it in the semi-log graph sheet itself and mark each point. You may get a minor difference if it is like phase margin is you are getting 16. It may be somewhere around 15. So a minor deviations may come. A minor deviation might come because of the plot, the sharpness of the plot, what you are doing it. So no need to worry about a minor deviation, like you may get 24, the answer may be 25. So that is okay, because of that plot, what you do it, no, the gain margin and phase margin may slightly change as per your plot. So not a huge deviation cannot be accepted. A minor deviation of plus or minus 1 can be accepted. So the next one which we are going to see is experimental determination of transfer function, the last topic of this module, experimental determination of transfer function. So here what we are going to see, you know the transfer function already. So the first step in the analysis of the design of the system is to represent the system by mathematical model by the use of dynamics of the system. The importance of frequency method is to is to state that the transfer function of the system may be determined by simple frequency response measurements. So here we are going to discuss upon the experimental determination. So if you are given a transfer function, how you can identify those things and all. So the ratio of input and output and the phase shift have been measured, and the frequency within the frequency range. So this is, you can say it is a theoretical topic where you will be discussing about the Bode diagram, with the help of Bode diagram, how to approximate those things and the actual magnitude and phase response of and how to find out the trial and error method. All those things we will be seeing here. So what you can see here is this is what the, if you're having a response here, this is what the actual response, you will be having an actual response, means approximate response. When you plot the Bode plot now, you may be almost getting an approximate response, but means you feel that the system, when it performs in the real time scenario, the response of the system will be in this form. That's why you plot it. So you take minus 20 dB per decade or minus 40 dB per decade, and you plot this plot. But when you really perform the operation of the system in the real time scenario, the response might be slightly varying. So you can see that it will be in this form. So we may have to note that the uh, asymptotes can have a slope of plus or minus 20 dB per decade, and the lower frequency asymptotes may have a slope of minus 20 dB per decade, and you have a factor called as K by S. And you also have the corner frequency which we were discussing, that is omega. Here you can see that the corner frequency was 0.5 in this figure. So here you can see that where there is a changeover in the slope from -20 to -40 dB. So from this figure, no, you may have to write the transfer function. So in this from transfer function we were drawing this figure. So from the transfer function, we were drawing the response till now, but now if a transfer function has to be derived from the figure, so how to go ahead with that? So here the factor from this figure, you can observe that you are having -20 dB per decade. So slope of -20 dB per decade till 0.5. So what you can say, there is a S term here. So you have to write K divided by S by observing this figure, and then it is -40 dB per decade. So when you are having -40 dB per decade, you know that you are adding a slope of -20 dB. So -20 dB slope is getting added to that, indicates that the term is in the denominator, and so you can write it as 1 plus Ts in the denominator. So the transfer function from this figure, you can write it as g of s h of s is equal to k divided by s into 1 plus t1 s. So that is what you are going to write the transfer function from the obtained figure. Okay, that is what we can say that we are going to do in the experimental determination of the transfer function. So here so now let us see that to find the value of k, y of j omega, you got it as k divided by j omega. Just now we wrote it. Just now we wrote k divided by s. In place of s, you are putting it as j omega. So let me just take it as y of j omega is k divided by j omega. Taking the logarithm, we will get it as 20 log of y of j omega is 20 log of k by omega. And when you do that, you can see that k is equal to 1. So you can obtain the value of k. So this means that how you got k is equal to 1 from the figure, you should see what is the value of omega at 0.1. See the figure once. See the figure once at 0.1. At 0.1, what is the value here? It is 20. So I can, at 0.1 it is 20. So the omega value is 0.1. The value obtained is 20. So what you can see that, so I can, at the value of omega as 0.1, you can say that the magnitude is 20 dB. So taking it further, so I can just substitute it further and write that 20 is equal to 20 log of k, means this 20 log of y of j omega is 20. So 20 is equal to 20 log of k minus 20 log of omega. Omega value is 0.1 here. So from this equation, I can calculate the value of k, and when I do the calculation of k, I get it as 1 here. And now we are going to see that g of s h of s is equal to 1 divided by s into s 1 plus 2s. So you can just substitute the value of k here. So you got gh s is equal to k divided by s into 1 plus t1s. What is t1? So you can say that it is 0.5. So what you get here, substitute k and t1. So when you substitute, what is t1? T1 is 1 divided by omega 1. What is omega 1? Omega 1 is 0.5. 1 divided by 0.5. What you will get? 1 divided by 0.5, you will get it as 2. So t value, you will get it as 2. K value, you got it as 1. Substitute it, you get the transfer function. That is 1 divided by s into 1 plus 2s. So this is what going the reverse way, from the transfer function, you have drawn the Bode plot. So after understanding the Bode plot properly, from the Bode plot, how to get the transfer function is what we have seen here. Okay. Now let me take another example. So you can see that here it is 20 dB per decade, 0 dB and -20 dB per decade. So you should understand that there will be terms in the denominator as well as in the numerator. So we will be seeing that. I will just show you how the transfer function will come. You can see that you have 10s divided by 1 plus s into 1 plus s by 10 into 1 plus s by 30. That's what you are going to do here. You are finding out the transfer function from the obtained diagram. So you are having this plot. So the Bode plot is there. From this plot you are obtaining the transfer function. So how to do that? So just now we did for a small figure. It is slightly having more number of terms here. So you can see that the low frequency omega value is less than omega 1. So you get corner frequency 1 and corner frequency 2 and corner frequency 3. Some of the values are given, some of the values are not given for you. So here has the slope of minus 20 dB per decade, then you have hence a factor ks is present. So what you can understand here, first slope you are getting as plus 20 dB per decade. So from that you should understand that a term is present in the numerator. So s is present in the numerator because of the positive slope. So you can say that it is ks is present. Now you can say that the some changes from plus 20 dB. So this was in plus 20 dB, it changed to 0 dB. So when it converted to 0 dB, what you can understand, there should be, it is going towards a 20 converted to 0 means you have gone minus 20 dB slope, it got added to that. How this minus 20 dB slope gets added? You should have a term in the denominator. So that is what you need a term in the denominator. So it is 1 plus T1s inverse. So T1 will be 1 by omega 1. Omega 1 is not known to you. So let us keep it as omega 1 itself. Next, what is this? Minus 20 dB per decade. So again the slope is negative. So you should understand that one more term is in the denominator. So what is that? So one more term is in the denominator. So you have to take 1 plus T2s inverse, and T2 will be 1 by omega 2. Again it is minus 40 dB per decade, indicates that one more term is in the denominator. So when the slope is omega 3 but it is given here as 30, omega 2 is also given here as to 10. So you can say that one more slope is available in the denominator. So you have to take 1 plus T1 of s inverse, and T3 will be equal to 1 by omega 3. It is already given, that is 30. So T3 you will get it as 1 by 30. T2 also you will get it as 1 by omega 2. Omega 2 is given as 10. So you will get T2 is equal to 1 by 10. So you get all these terms. Now you need to arrange this term in the form of transfer function. So when you got all the terms, you can say that gh of s is equal to ks divided by, in denominator you have three terms, 1 by t1 of s, 1 by t2 of s, and 1 by t3 of s. So you need to arrange these terms in the denominator, and now we have to go finding out the values of k and omega 1. So you need to find the value of k and omega 1. So what you have to do first, y of j omega is equal to, I am going to substitute in place of s, I have to substitute j omega. So first term I am going to take y of j omega is equal to k j omega. Take the logarithm for both the sides. So you'll get 20 log of y of j omega is equal to 20 log of k plus 20 log of omega. So you know that 20 log of j omega, y of j omega is 0. From where you will get at the value of 0.1. So you need to go back to the figure. So you need to go back to the figure at omega value as 0.1. You know that the point is 0. So this point you have to take it as 0. So that's the reason I have taken at omega is equal to 0.1. 20 log of this value should be equal to 0. This we are getting from the graph. So 0 I substituted. 0 is after substituting 20 log of k plus 20 log of omega is equal to 0. Omega value is 0.1. I substituted omega value as 0.1. So 20 log of k plus 20 log of 0.1 is equal to 0. From this I can calculate the value of k. K will be 10. After finding out the value of k, next step is to find out the omega value. So we can say that omega is equal to omega 1. So 20 log of y of j omega is equal to 20. So from this, so here you have to see here omega is equal to omega 1. So you can see that so in the figure you can see that omega is equal to omega 1. So it is so what you'll get it as 20. So you can see here this value 20. So I can just substitute that that is given in the figure. So I can just write 20 log of y of j omega is equal to 20. 20 is equal to just change it at 20 log k plus 20 log omega 1. From this I can calculate omega 1. When I calculate it, I'll get omega 1 is equal to 1. So I get the values of all these points, then I need to substitute it. So I got T1, T2. So here this is the general. I need to find K, I need to find T1, T2, T3. Then I have to substitute in the transfer function to get the final transfer function. So I substituted all those things. GH is equal to 10, K is 10. So I substituted 10s divided by 1 plus S into 1 plus S by 10 and 1 plus S by 30. So we got all the values and we get the transfer function. So this is all about the module 4 and we will stop it here. This is what the experimental determination of transfer function, and this is all about the module 4. The next class we will be starting with module 5, okay, where we will be discussing about few things, and then we will continue with the module 5. So that's all for today now, and I will stop it now. If you have any doubts now, you can discuss with me at any point of time. Thank you.